I think that people tend to underestimate exactly how
the user experience is going to be.
Exactly. The reason for saying this is quite simple. You need to have people who can think about the entire user experience and how every element is going to affect the user's decisions. And that takes a lot of creativity.
You got me dancing in your store, burning everything we know, rising up as fireflies.
If you outsource, like let's say you take a product from the US and you outsource it to like one to like Vietnam and the other to India. If you outsource it to Vietnam, you'll get a UIUX specific to Vietnam, and then like all the designs and all the colors and everything, even the animations.
Specific to that country or geographically location.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No matter where the client comes from, we try to achieve like a culture neutral design and UI/UX theory so that once they have the product in their hands, they can customize it so to fit their own geographical market needs. Before I started this company, I thought development would be the most difficult part.
Yeah.
Now, during the initial phases, after I started this company, in the second phase, I thought that UI would be the most important because it's very difficult to get people and designers to create interfaces that are visually appealing.
Yeah.
That by itself is very difficult. Now at this stage, I'm starting to think that UX is much more important. And of all the three, I think that people tend to underestimate exactly how
the user experience is going to be.
Exactly. The reason for saying this is quite simple. Development, you need to think logically.
Yeah.
For UI, you have a good eye. You have to have a good eye. Now, for UX, you need to have a good eye and a logical procedure of thinking. Because a lot of the times, what I notice that like the best designers who are good at creating user interfaces, using spacing and alignment and padding, margins to make screens visually appealing, they fail at the next step, which is you're creating an e-commerce website and you're changing like how you want users to review your products. Mm-hmm. When you change something in that single section, you need to think about elements in the back end, like in the admin panel, are going to be affected, and you need to think about like how the users are going to absorb this knowledge and information, and how this slight change is going to affect the decision whether or not they are going to buy the product. Yeah. And that takes a lot of analytical thinking skills. Now I think that UX is the most important. Graphic design is closer to UI, I guess, because it has a lot to do with actually. I mean, they're completely different. Again, if I answer this in phases, before I actually started taking on projects and executing them, I used to think that, design, it's all the same. It's making like fashion design, UI, UX design, graphic design, it's all the same thing. Like good design, which is true to a point, in that a good eye, like if you develop a good core eye for aesthetics, that's going to help you be able to learn new stuff and quickly become an expert in other fields too. However, it's like, I guess it's the same for coding.
Forget what I told you, forget all about that tonight. Just remember the flame, you remember the flame, alright. Forget what I told you, forget all about that tonight. Just remember the flame, you remember the flame, alright.